Last episode, we spoke about strong women and how sometimes strength can come from survival. Honestly, a huge part of what shaped me was becoming a young mom. So today, I want to do things a little bit differently.
So, did you ever feel like you had to grow up really fast?
I had to grow up really fast, definitely. I was able to stay home with you for a year, and my main focus was all you. And it was like the minute that I found out I was pregnant, I had no other choice but to know and be ready for that big responsibility that was coming. And the day that I had you, it was like everything changed because that's it. There was nothing, I didn't care about myself. I was only worried about what I can do to provide for you. When I started working, that's one of the reasons that I did Uber because it was flexible and I was able to work, be with you, go to school, even though daddy was the one covering a lot. And grandpa also helped a lot. I had the pressure of trying to be like the best mom because when you're young, people don't realize, people doubt you so much because they're like, at that time, when I was pregnant, I was 19. When I had you, I was 20. People look at you like, how can you raise a kid when you're still a kid yourself? So I had a lot of pressure to like be the best mom and do the best that I could do for you. I wasn't worried about like finding myself. Like 20s are to find yourself. I was not finding myself.
Who did you live with?
Mami, Nanny, and Papa.
And Daddy lived with Grandma Carmen?
No, Daddy lived with us. When I was like 7 months pregnant, Grandpa let him move in.
Okay, so what was the hardest part emotionally?
The relationship with your dad. I feel like two things actually. The relationship with your dad and the fact that I was always like really strong. And so because like when I found out I was pregnant and I told certain people, like their response was like, "Oh, like okay, like well, I remember that one person said, "Okay, well, I thought that you were fine because like the way you sounded is like you're just fine. Like you ready for it." Even though I made the decision to get pregnant and have you, like it doesn't mean that I was emotionally or mature enough to really know like what I was gonna be like dealing with. So I think that was one of the hardest thing. And then the other part was the relationship with your dad because when you get pregnant as the woman, like automatically things shift for you. For men is a little bit different. Not every man, but in the case with your dad, it was different. And it was like he was there, but he wasn't really there. So, like, physically, he was there, but emotionally, he wasn't there. And so, he went through a lot of emotions. And so, I couldn't rely on him. Not having that support made it really hard.
Did you realize at the time how overwhelmed you were?
No. Um, Actually, when I think about it now, I didn't realize how much I was struggling. At that time, I feel like I was just heartbroken and I was like gonna get through it, through the heartbreak, no matter what. And like I was gonna raise you regardless of anything. But then when I think back, I'm like, did I have postpartum depression or not? Like something was there that was like emotionally I just couldn't get it together.
What do you wish people understood about becoming a young mom?
People judge you and they automatically just like assume that you're going to fail because you're young. But that's just not always the case. And I'm not saying for teenagers or young people to have kids, but at the end of the day, I knew I was going to make it. I knew I was going to be able to get things done. I did get things done while being pregnant, while being with you. I was able to get a degree. Like, I was able to make money. I was able to make things happen for us to go on trips and do all these things that we did when you were younger. But that does, just because I was young, it didn't mean that I was gonna fail.
Okay, so now we can talk about like the reactions of our main family.
Yeah.
Like, how did Grandpa respond?
Grandpa was really mad. Grandpa was really mad, and he said that he didn't want anything to do with me, and he didn't speak to me for 7 months.
The whole pregnancy. So by the time he did speak to you, you were already like really big.
Hmm. And the only way we like kind of started speaking again, it was we went to Bye Bye Baby. It was a baby store, and he went to go, and we went with Titi Mariela, and he went to go buy you a stroller and the crib.
So now Mom learning.
She was crying. She was upset. She was upset. She was like I told you that this would happen. And she was just crying, and she was just like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know.
I can see her. And now Titi Moyella.
She was, she had the best reaction. She actually just said, it's okay. We're going to get through it. And I'm going to be there for you no matter what. And if your dad didn't want to be a part of it, that she was going to be your dad. And that no matter what, she was going to be there to help you and help me with everything.
So how did my dad react since he was still like very?
It was the day before Father's Day. And so I called him and I said, I was telling him, come. I was like, come to the house, come to the house, come to my aunt's house. I need to speak to you, is important. And he was drinking and being a fool. And he was like, no, I'm not going to go.
Is that even legal?
No. And then I was like, well, so basically him and I pretty much got like into it. And I was like, all right, well, you don't want to come. So happy Father's Day. You're going to be a dad. And I hung up on him. And then he was calling me back and he's like, are you serious? Are you serious? And I'm like, yes, I'm serious. I'm not playing. And then he showed up there and he was drunk and he was crying. Then he hugged me and he was just like, we're gonna get through it. I'm gonna be there for you.
But they didn't even know that you were pregnant beforehand.
She was the first one.
She was the first one. Oh, how did she
And
react?
Theo Cisco.
I can see that.
I was about to cry and she's like, don't cry because you knew what you were doing. So I just sucked it back up.
That is so
And she was
Diva.
like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna get through it. I look back at that version of myself and I realized that I was just trying to survive. And through all those experiences is where all that strength came from. This is Hudson Valley Her, where we're unfiltered, uncomfortable, but necessary.